Excuse me. Alright, we already have our next matchup. On the top of your screen and the left side life total, you will have Thomas Allenbrook. Hopefully I spelled your name right. This is Modern. I believe he's on Blue-Black Tezzeret. And on the bottom of your screen, the right side life total will be Andrew Martin, Dr. Andy Martin. And he is on Infect. So, we should have Blue-Black Tez versus Infect. That is if what Thomas is playing, that's what he's playing. I believe that's what he's been playing for a while now. Legacy, Modern, all of it. He's a big fan of the artifacts and the blue cards. But to be honest, if you're not, what's the point? Blue cards are some of the best cards. And he's going to do a quick pile shuffle. Actually, the standard tournament's still going on. So, I don't know if he did that on purpose, but that seems like a troll type thing that Thomas would do while you're in the middle of pile shuffling, putting your finger under one of the cards to try to mess him up. Oh no, he revealed his secret. Now Thomas knows everything about his deck. If he paid attention and saw that Vines to the Vastwood. So, life totals are reset 20-20, and here we go. We're going to have Thomas against Andy, and this is going to be a great final round for the Modern Tournament. I think Standard also only had 4 rounds. As both I think had the same amount of players. I want to say both had around 10. So, we had 20 players total tonight in Friday Night Magics. It's not out of the question because it is summertime, and, we are a big-time college city, college town, whatever you want to call it. Marshall University is the main reason that Huntington exists as a city, and when Marshall is out, we often lose a decent amount of our population. Not often, every single year we lose a decent amount of our population for like 3 to 4 months until we get it back. But in a couple weeks, you better believe our FNMs are going to be booming, and they are going to be a blast. And if you want to get some of the best playtesting, the best prizes, and just finish decks, because you get store credit, you get to finish your decks with those that store credit, because unlike most shops, we actually have singles in stock for you to, get. Like, we have pretty much everything you can imagine from Modern and Standard. Legacy and Vintage, okay, we don't have everything. We don't have playsets of Wastelands and Duels. We do have a handful of Dual Lands, handful of power cards like Forces, Wastelands, stuff like that, sneak attacks, whatever you want to call them. Anything like that, but yeah. So if you play in our tournaments, usually our players get the store credit, spruce up their decks even more, pick up foil cards, they pick up our fetch lands, shock lands, noble hierarchs, tarmogoyfs, cryptic commands, anything you can think of. We probably have it at Hometown Hobbies. So if you're ever in the area in Huntington, West Virginia, on 4th Avenue, stop in and see us. You will always be greeted with a friendly face, and it's always a great environment to hang out in. And don't forget, no remix. We do card parties only. And if you are unaware as to what a card party is, it's what's happening right now. And right now I think they're going over something. One of those cards is banned in, I think, right? Isn't Sword of the Meek banned in Modern? So I doubt that this is... Oh, he just texted me. Oh, they asked me if they could start. Oh no. I just now noticed that. Sorry, Andy, my phone is on silent. So... I'm going to go ahead and tell them that yes, they can start. I think that they were waiting on my go-ahead. That's probably Thomas's legacy portion, if I had to guess. Sword of the Meek Mills. Too soon? It is banned in Modern. I thought so. So, on the off chance we see Thomas land a Sword of the Meek here, is definitely going to be a game... I think it's a game loss in FNMs. It's not like a DQ or anything. But I think that was just his legacy portion, as he has the deck interchangeable between Modern and Legacy. Yeah, Thomas is one of the big advocates behind the blue-black Tezzeret, blue-black-white Tezzeret deck in Modern and Modern and Legacy. So whenever you see him on stream, you better believe that that is what he will be playing, as he does not often stray away from blue and black. He is a Dimir mage through and through. He's going to and he's going to lead off with a fetch land into either a breeding pool or a regular forest into Glistener Elf, probably. He might also just be getting that right now, and just to get it. And yeah, it looks like that was a 19. So I think that. All right, let's see Andy untap and draw. Maybe a Blighted Agent might come down for him. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and fetch. Alright. I was going to say, if he doesn't fetch here and he just passes back with a fetch land and a breeding pool, that is not a good place for Infect to be. Like, you need to have some kind of a creature in play on turn 2, I would say. Or else it's looking especially grim for you. He's going to play Blighted Agent here. And for those of you who don't know, just in case, it's a 1/1 for 1 and a blue, and it has Unblockable, and that's it. An Infect. Sorry, it obviously has Infect. It would be a very, very poor Magic card if it did not have Infect. Otherwise, Invisible Stalker is just 100 billion times better, as it has Hexproof. So Thomas is going to crack his Polluted Delta going down to 19, grabbing out a Watery Graves. He's not going to elect to put it into play untapped, lose 2 life. He's just going to put it into play tapped. And on his turn, he's going to, after the cut, he's going to untap and draw. And maybe the Citadel. Yeah, Darksteel Citadel. 2 mana. Is he going to play a Talisman? Chalice for 1! Oh no! Andy has... I don't think Andy's played against this card yet. If he has, he needs a refresher on what it does. But for those of you who don't know, it has XX in its cost, much like Hangerback Walker from Origins. And it says, counter target spells that cost X. So if X is 1, it counters all 1 mana spells. So we're going to see a fetch crack from Andy, putting him down to 17 life. He's taken 3 fetch lands. And that stops Might of Old Kroza, Mutagenic Growth, Vines of Askwood unkicked. I think it doesn't stop it if it is kicked. Wild Defiance is going to come down for Andy, and that doesn't matter. Right now, all of his 1 mana spells that get countered now say give creature +3/+3. So that's okay. As he is able to Wild Defiance his way maybe out of this one. Spellskite might have to come down for Thomas. He has a Torpor Orb as well, and looks like a Remand. But yeah, Spellskite's going to come down, and he's going to pass it back. Draw for Andy. And I believe he got in there for 1 last turn. So I think Thomas has 1 point of Infect. So I'm going to write that right here. So yeah, those of you who weren't with us at the beginning of round 2, actually Twitch crashed us out and lamed us out pretty hard and made it to where we really weren't able to stream most of round 2. But here we are in round 4 after round 3 was a success with our no remix card party. Hey, Hometown Hobbies. You know, it's awesome to come and have a good time and watch the Magic be played. I have the awesome privilege of commentating it to you all with some of the most ridiculous commentary you'll ever hear, because I honestly have no idea what I'm talking about. I just read all of these cards yesterday. I was surprised when Wild Defiance was even a card. But Spellskite's going to be in play for Thomas, and that's going to put a little bit of a problem up for Andy, but honestly, it still gets all the... Wild Defiance makes it to where all of his creatures still get the bonuses if he targets them, regardless of what Chalice of the Void for One says or not. So, Andy's giving it a good old thinking over. He's probably trying to figure out if he can win this turn. Which Thomas can redirect once with mana and then as many times as he wants, up to like 9 times with Spellskite. So Spellskite throws up a little problem, but Wild Defiance almost mitigates that problem. And I think right now he's trying to figure out, he might have just asked if Wild Defiance still resolves and triggers with Chalice, which it does because it still targets this creature, it just the spell gets countered. So we'll see if he just has lethal. He might have 3 1-mana, or yeah, 3 1-mana instants. It might just have 10 here. Assuming that is how Wild Defiance works, which I am almost positive. Yeah, it certainly does. He's about to tap 1 mana. So yeah. Unless it's a... yeah. So Vines it. It's a 4. Okay. And now it has Shroud, right? Or does Vine...